Hello. Hopefully you can hear me. Welcome everybody. It is just me for the moment. Mr. Chris is running a little bit late today. So you got the pleasure of my company today. But we shall make sure that he joins us very shortly, and we will get cracking. How is everybody doing today? It's been quite the ripple of overnight madness, should we call it? Let's just get some music on. There we go. That's better. Hopefully everyone can hear that okay. I'm hearing it very quietly. That's better. So it's all gone a little bit wild and crazy overnight. So we'll jump straight in, take a look at the news, and then we'll go and see what the markets are doing, because it's a bit of a bloodbath today, at least on the crypto side of things. So as we said yesterday, we haven't got any major news today. So today's really going to be a technical day for the most part. But there is some medium orange folder news. So there might be a few little bits and pieces, but for the most part, there shouldn't be too much rocking the boat. We'll just be waiting to see what the reaction is to this crypto chaos that's going on. In terms of the strength scores, we'll get those up. Japanese yen, here he is.
Oh God!
Have you perked up?
Wow! Look.
Yeah, you can't hear you, mate. The wrong microphone. Both of us are having technical issues this morning. I was having terrible issues with my headset.
No, it should be working.
You're getting a very echoey.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. That's better.
So I had a stop. I had a spot stop on 170, and I actually removed it. And now 130, 136. But these are areas that 123 is a really nice area on Solana that I really want to buy. So I'm good though, because I've got the only two coins that I have is ETH and Solana, so I'm quite cash heavy at the moment. So I've got cash to deploy. So I'm not the worst. I've been in worse cases in crypto before.
You've been in worse situations.
Definitely been in worse situations. But Trump with these tariffs, man.
Is this what's triggered it?
Apparently, so Trump's tariffs on Mexico and Canada.
What, they're suddenly coming in again, are they?
Yeah, like they're taking risk off because they don't know what's going to happen. So Bitcoin exchange ETF shed 571 million last week, making a second week of straight outflows since the year began. CoinShares noticed that the new tariffs. I'm just going to put this up and we can read it together, just because. Yeah. So Bitcoin and Solana demand slides as investors show signs of weakness, a weakened demand. Bitcoin investor demand has declined over the past few months, reaching negative values for the first time since September 23. The reduced demand follows a decrease in the number of active wallets and transactions, according to Crypto Quant. Interesting. Obviously, however, Bitcoin still maintains a long-term bullish structure, which suggests a further downside pressure could result in extended consolidation period. Blah blah blah. Top altcoins: Ethereum, XRP, and Solana have plunged below 10% with bearish sentiment dominating. And that's true. Everywhere it's just bearish sentiment. Solana's downward movement largely stems from the recent deadline in meme coin activity on the blockchain. Likewise, crypto investigator Zach XBT discovered that some entities laundering the Bybit stolen funds, the Lazarus Group, are connected to the launch of several meme coins on Solana Pump Fund. They're really intelligent. Intelligent.
This guy Zach, well, it's because it's all on the block. It's all on the chain, so you can see every transaction. You can find every single transaction that flows. You can see who triggered it, who validated it, and everything. And that guy, guy Zach XBT, he's very good actually. I was reading up about what he had discovered with the whole ETH thing on Friday, and the guy did like a full, thorough analysis. And fair play to him; he knows what he's talking about. In terms of strengths, Japanese yen is showing some strength again, as is the Swissy. And the Aussie and the New Zealand are showing weakness. So let's just have a quick look at the Aussie JPY. Well, sure enough, Aussie JPY is selling off. Now, there we go. What do you think of that one, Mr. Chris? We'll do it inverted.
Yeah,
because I know you're like me.
Break and retest continuation.
No.
Which would be
you do from here down to here.
Yeah, there you go.
And then you'd get in at the 50.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or wherever that line of support and resistance that you've got, which was probably the 50 there. Yeah. That'd be
probably
an area.
More like this. Yeah, it's more like the 68. 61, sorry.
618. Then that would be a solid trade, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Australia, Japanese yen?
Yeah. See, modest Mike with all the signals that you need.
Yeah, I've had enough of JPY pairs, to be honest. Yesterday wasn't a very good trading day for me, to be honest. Definitely made a couple of mistakes yesterday. I was very tunneled vision on a long setup on EU and took high risk when it wasn't actually my setup properly. I was looking at a setup on the 1 minute and definitely didn't wait for the best trade. So yesterday was a little bit different. Yeah, it's part of the business, unfortunately. You just gotta that's how it is. But I can show the setup, what actually went on, and then we'll go through. So I was looking at this. Now if this was on a 5 minute, I'd have been very confident for it to come to do something like that. Now I was looking at this on the 1 minute and not really taking into account the RTTM strategy, which is the return to the mean type of trade that I go for myself. It needs to have the basing of the EMAs where they're doing this. They need to have that basing of the EMAs for the retest to happen, to then a continuation to 100s.
Yeah.
And this is where I was getting in yesterday.
Yeah, it's still running down, isn't it?
It's still running down. There's no reason to actually be getting in to that trade at all. If I'm going off the way that I would normally trade, this would have been the trade. So if I would have been a little bit more patient, I would have got a very nice trade, probably around about there. And unfortunately, so I took one loss and then I got back in and I actually lost the rest. So I lost about 2% yesterday altogether. 2.5% actually. So today is more about waiting. This, price is looking very rangy. I don't want to trade this. Trump is making statements and things like that. So I just need to be a little bit careful until we find like a really, let's say something like this, we come down, hit that level, and then we see some type of, W type pattern, and then a break and a retest and a continuation, that would be the nice trade to get in with stop underneath there and take profit, something like that. But I've got to be more picky. I can't just jump into 1 minute.
Yeah. Do you know, I was wondering, what do you think that, we all talk about the algo and, the market makers and how they manage price for themselves and everything else. Do you think they have to adjust their algo to accommodate for Trump?
I think there's definitely a part of like they've got manual, they've got some type of manual hand
intervention.
I don't think everything.
Do you think that's the mitigation that they have for Trump? There's just have somebody sitting over the algo and just monitoring things?
Definitely. I definitely think you've got masses of computers and quants that are just sitting down and all they're doing is managing algos. I definitely 100% believe that is.
Yeah.
I don't think you've got traditional prop firms, that many of them anyway, doing what we do, sitting down, manually entering the markets. Most of these institutions and things, especially when we're looking at banks and market makers and stuff like that, it's mostly computers doing everything now. Because that's the most efficient way, isn't it? It's the most efficient way, and you don't end up losing your ass. So, but the thing is that's why things like EMAs, fib retracements, and levels, like I'm not just talking any random level, like round numbers. These are things as well that are super easy to code into any type of algo.
Yeah, true.
So, you need, it's also price, price coming, coding an algo saying if price comes down 50% of where it was just now, then you would rebalance or some other technique. It's so. We'll see.
Well, we'll see. I'm putting a sell limit on Aussie dollar JPY on my Alpha Capital challenge that I've got. So we'll see how that goes. So basically, I've inverted this chart. So let me show it. So basically, as you said, and actually it sits quite nicely as a potential sell. So I'm looking for it to come up to this level here, stick the stops up here, and take profit down here. That's my trade. So we'll see how that plays out.
That's a solid trade.
There's a nice area of liquidity here. So, and it's the stop is behind the 200 EMA as well on the 5 minute. So I'm curious to see. This is the first time I've done a stop limit or a stop order, or a limit order, sorry, or stop order with the EMAs and the break and retest. So I'm really curious to see how this one plays out. So we'll see how that one goes throughout the morning. If we go elsewhere, let's have a look at gold. Gold has fallen through the floor after making those new all-time highs. It has continued just to sell off. Look at that.
The thing is, if we take a look on an hour, we're in a range. Let's just.
We are.
If I get rid of all of these EMAs, at the end of the day, we are literally just stuck in a range. So this needs to be traded. This needs to be traded as a range.
Yeah.
Until so you've got the middle area here, and then you've got obviously this top of the range. This needs to be traded as a range until it's not a range, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, we still, we're not breaking down yet. We're just trading the range. That's all.
I'm just looking to see on the different time frames if there's any kind of indication at all I mean, we're coming down and retesting these kind of 930, 920 levels, to 920, to 930 areas. If you look at it on the, let me remove some of these. I've got a lot of colors on here. Hey, no one. Good to see you. If we look here on the 22 hour, you can see that we've had this area is a really, really strong area for reactions. I mean, if you look at that there, price has come through on this several times. So if we break this level here, down here, which was the last big leg up actually, which I had marked out on my lower time frames. If we break this level here at 921, then I'd say sellers are in control, because we've then created a massive engulfing 22-hour bearish candle. But there's a long way to go for that, because there's still another 12 hours to go with that. Today's supposed to be a technical day. There's no big news. There's nothing announced or meant to be announced. What I do think is going to dominate market sentiment is Ukraine, because that's the topic that everyone's talking about right now. You had the big gathering of all, a large number of EU leaders in Ukraine yesterday to commemorate the 3rd anniversary of the start of the war, and I think that's gonna be the topic of this week. I think Macron yesterday being in Washington. I think Starmer's supposed to be in Washington as well this week. So, things like gold is going to be, it's going to be reactive to that kind of thing, isn't it? And then there's also this question of whether they're going to go and do this live stream of Fort Knox. If he goes and jumps on a plane with Elon and they go and check out Fort Knox, well, then be interesting to see what they might find. So yeah, gold is going to be one of those ones where it can react a lot more to the news that may suddenly come out than necessarily the others. Obviously, things like any US dollar pair is gonna react, but gold in particular, I think, is going to be very reactive to that.
I'm going to be looking for not on a CFD or not on a prop firm type of trade, but I think I'm going to be looking for this, if this happens, to really buy in to some Shiba.
Really?
Yeah, for the short term, nothing like a swing back up to maybe it goes down there, back up to a 50 level, so back up to these levels here. So that would be the play that I'm actually going to be looking for. I may even put some orders, and that would something like that would be the play, I think.
Yeah.
Because if we come down here and we had that massive reaction, that is what I'm going to be looking for.
There's going to be a lot of orders sitting there.
There's going to be a lot of people looking at that saying, okay, if price comes down to there, that's a massive area of demand. So that's what I'm going to be looking for that. With Solana, off this level, I'm really going to be piling into some of that, looking again for price to have one last kind of dead cat bounce type of thing, push up to these levels right here, which is again support and resistance, maybe up to here, and that's where I'm going to get out of all my bags. I'm done. I'm not going to keep playing with this. So something like that, if it breaks and it does something like that, well, we come back into this area of demand, which is right underneath all of those things. Then it would be looking for, okay, if I come back in here, maybe we then do something like that, and then the trade would be getting into that back up to the 50 area. So it's long in this level, and if this level fails, then it's long in the level just beneath it. So those are the two plans that I'm going to have, and then I'm going to get out of crypto entirely.
Really? Even your long-term bags that you've got?
Yeah. I don't really like this price structure. And to be honest, I'm kind of done seeing my P&L just move that much. Like, it's absolutely disgusting.
But do you not think that you'd be better off treating your crypto bags more like an S&P bag, you know, or a Nasdaq bag.
Yeah, but I get what
and look at it once a year. You know what I mean?
Get what you're saying, but it's like also that's money that I could be putting to better use.
Yeah.
In all fairness, like I could be.
Yeah, of course. If you've got other uses for it, fair enough.
Yeah, it's
but I'm just saying,
I could put that.
If you look at it for the next 5 years, and you put in what you've got now, and you look at it in 5 years from now, you wouldn't get that same return on a bank account or anything like
property
that.
or sticking it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm looking to get more into the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a move as well. So maybe I'll learn a little bit more about the stock market. Open a small account with a little bit of money, practice, and then I'll take the money out. I'll put it into the stocks.
You'll have to. We'll be seeing you on the Trade the Pool next on their stream as well.
I'm a fivers till I die, mate.
Yeah. Well, listen. I mean, if you're thinking about stocks and those kind of purchases, then maybe, just maybe, I could interest you in a bag of Memdex.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out of crypto and not get more in.
But just look at this. Look at this structure.
That structure looks awful.
It looks awful. Look awful. This
no
thing,
one
I'm telling
you looking at this structure now. Tell Michael honestly how that looks. Tell him how it looks.
It looks clean and ready to fly. I'm telling you. Ignore the trend line that I should have deleted a long time ago. Right? Okay, we broke that trend line. Fair enough. But I'm telling you, this thing is gonna fly. They've got Hello Moon, who is one of the original OG developers of Solana. They're doing a live stream tonight, 9 p.m. CET, 8 p.m. GMT, so 10 p.m. your time on X with Memdex, because Hello Moon have been brought on board to finish the dev, to finish the utility for the index that they're building, and it's going to be all the meme coins. It's going to be a meme. It's going to be a meme coin index of the top 100 meme coins, just like the Nasdaq.
Really fantastic.
Doesn't it?
Sounds fantastic.
I reckon we're accumulating down at the bottom here, ready to fly when they do that stream this evening. I'm telling you, because there's now a big buzz about because nobody knows who the dev is, so it could be that suddenly, all of a sudden, the dev announces who they are. They may not. Who knows? But I'm telling you, this thing is going to go. This thing is going to go. So. Interestingly,
what are the indices looking like? What's the DAX looking like?
That's what I was just about to say. The DAX actually is just marginally up. Now, obviously, the DAX has reopened. The FTSE is up as well. The FTSE has come down from previous highs. Let me just remove some of this from a previous price prediction that we had. If we go to the daily, so FTSE was at all-time highs. It's come down. And it's now coming down probably to retest these kind of areas here, I suspect. With the uncertainty that's happening at the moment, it feels as though we might still see a little bit more weakness. The DAX, though, I mean, other than this candle here on the daily on Wednesday last week, the DAX really shot up yesterday on the news that they had for the elections on Sunday. So yeah, it's looking good. It is not an all-time low. It is not an all-time low. All-time lows that's just not going to happen. Good morning, Daniel. Daniel's here.
Hey, the big D. Daniel's in the building.
The ledge, and the OG that is Daniel.
Daniel, I want to know right now where Bitcoin is going so we can get rich tomorrow. Tell me,
Daniel, where's Bitcoin going? What is this carnage that is going on right now? It is looking like utter carnage on the markets right now with Bitcoin. And poor Alex is saying that he's out of crypto. He's not going to do it anymore. He's been very hasty and jump into all sorts of decisions that don't make any sense. You know,
What
saying
decision?
that he's done with done,
Oh,
he's
like
done
I'm
with
done with
crypto. You know, it's like breaking up with a long-term girlfriend. You know that you really
Oh,
love.
it has
She
to
might
be
be
done.
bad for you.
Yeah.
You know, she might be. You know, she might
That
she
girlfriend's
might hurt
toxic.
you. She might be bad for you. She might, you know, but you know deep down you love her. You know that deep down in years to come, she is going to be the one that brings you that wealth of life that you need and that you want. I'm telling you. You ask a gold guy that. I think stay off it, but it looks bearish. Damn it. That's not what I wanted to hear, Daniel. That's not what I wanted to hear. No, I can still see us. I can still see us having support around this area here. You know, we're in this order block zone here, so I can see us having support into this area. We've already tapped into it and we bounced off it. So I think if we drop below 85, what is that, 85? Then yeah, then there's cause for concern. But you know, it doesn't make sense to have crypto just fall through the floor. It just doesn't make sense because you've got the most bullish president ever.
Hold on. I've got to address this. Daniel, we both know you're not just a gold guy. 'Cause you've been trading that digital gold behind closed doors. I know you. I know that you know that I know you. You know?
Daniel, he's calling you out. He's calling you out. Calling you out live on stream here. I wouldn't take that, Daniel. I wouldn't take that. But yeah, I mean, I'm still bullish long term on crypto. I'm still holding my bags, and I'm confident that we're still going to see bullish momentum come in, because it doesn't make sense fundamentally to have it all just fall through the floor. You know, there you go. He's admitted it. He's admitted it.
It's okay. It's okay.
Right.
It's, we'll forgive you.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, the big ones today, you know, Euro USD, looking at it, we got some strength coming into the Euro today. On the strength scores, though, you've still got USD and Euro pretty much the same. So I have a feeling that you might just end up ranging today. And if you look at it, it's kind of set up to potentially range. Now, this big engulfing candle to the upside on the 15-minute, that could mean that we see us maybe trade this range here today. I'm not sure, but you know, we've taken this liquidity level.
I'm going to have to,
further low.
Mike, I'm going to have to leave you because that's I've got
right,
to be in a meeting in 1 minute, but I will speak to you later. We're jumping on to the Fiverr stream as well later, aren't we? So
We are indeed in
I'll
3
see you
hours.
there you
I'll
go.
see you there, mate.
Bye.
Cheers, mate. Oh, he's there. We go.
Got a very long face there, mate.
Yeah, I know. You just elongated me there. Thank you, mate. Let's just adjust that a little bit. There we go. There we go. This zone here, I'll be interested to see how this holds. Theoretically, you know, you might see it retest, but it was a big impulsive move. So this zone looks like an interesting one for potential buys today. But I'm not sure I'd be looking for anything significant in terms of moves, just because it's risky. I think it's just ranging today. No worries, Daniel. Good to see you, my friend. We will speak to you soon. Anything else to look at quickly before we wrap things up? As I said, JPY, Japanese yen. Let's just have a look at that before we go. Not JPY, Japanese yen. What am I saying? Aussie dollar, Japanese yen. Still working its way up. So should and could still come good for this sell, but it might take its time. So we'll wait and see how that one plays out today. But yeah, that is basically us for this morning. Thank you very much for joining us. No one. And Daniel's gone. Oh, you're asking me about Euro JPY. I can look at Euro JPY. Let me just check the scores. So Euro's not showing much strength. JPY is showing a lot of strength. Euro, yen. Let's have a look. Ooh, what's that? It's taken that low. You can see that there. It's just tapped below that level. So although you've got this engulfing candle, this is looking more likely to be a continued strength of the Japanese yen potentially, and this one might have already gone. Let's have a look in terms of a break and retest. So we're down to there. Yeah, it's already come to the 50, so it might already be going down to this level. I'm not sure you'll get longs. You may do, but it looks quite bearish to me at the moment. There's nothing. It's already had a reaction off this candle here on the 4 hour. It's had several reactions off it there, and it's reacted off it again here. And you've still got a lot of liquidity down here. This liquidity level is massive on the 4-day and the 2-day. Take it back here. Down here, we've got significant liquidity down here on the 4-day and the 2-day. I'd be looking for buys. I wouldn't be looking for until we got down to here. It has left liquidity further up to come back and get. So on the 2-day here, for example, you've got 2-day liquidity there. On the 3-day, you haven't. On the 4-day, you have. So that's now 4-day liquidity. Let's have a look. So I say that has created an engulfing candle there, but that is reacted off this one. 11-day, yeah, the 11-day looks less convincing. The 22-day, you've got this here and this here, but you've also got this down here, if you see that one there. So I would be very, very cautious on this one. There's a lot of liquidity down here, and if we take it out, it's broken these highs, and this big move here was quite significant. I suspect it will probably be coming down to retest this kind of level here on the long term. Obviously that's long term, so you might get some longs today. I'm just not so sure. On the weekly, what's it looking like on the weekly? Yeah, on the weekly, you've just got to watch out for the fact that you've got on either side of it, you've got an inside bar. So there's liquidity on either side there. So you've got 1 week here, and you've got 1 week here as well. So that level there that we've marked out, you might, yeah, on the 15-minute, you've got a lot of liquidity here, a lot of liquidity. So you've got one there on the 15-minute. You've got one there. You've got one there as well. There's a long trail of liquidity there that doesn't feel particularly strong in terms of holding things up. But you never know. I mean, it's not broken this level here, so that's your zone, but only marginally. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, 11 o'clock. Got it wrong.
He's jumped in. He's turned off my music. What's he doing?
You're not
supposed to go for a meeting. Just creating all sorts of chaos for me.
Hello.
Or maybe it's me. Is my headset gone?
Yep. No. Yep, can't hear you. Yep, can't hear you, mate. Nope.
I'll come back.
So the market's open now. Okay, Mike has just disappeared. So it is only me, but the market is just open now properly. Let's have a look and see what euro dollar is actually going to do, to be fair. It's not really a really good area to trade. If we have a break under here, take out all of these lows, comes back in, takes out these highs, then I'll be looking for a long just to go higher to break out these areas here. That is pretty much it. So that's an area that I'm going to be looking at. The downside, if we break and we don't come back up, then obviously these areas here, and that will obviously, we'll be looking for further down, I think, if that actually happens. I doubt it's going to happen. I prefer the idea that it's going to come and fill this area, but who knows? Let's have a look at the FTSE quickly. FTSE looks long, we can see. Yeah, can't hear you, mate.
You can't hear me.
No, oh no, it's really, really, really bad. I can hear you now. What are we thinking about the FTSE? FTSE looks interesting.
FTSE looks bearish to me.
Really?
Yeah. I think we're going to see a sell-off on all of the. Well, actually, intraday actually looks bullish.
Yeah.
Intraday it does look bullish. You got that break in the retest on that 1 15-minute candle, basically. If you look on the 15-minute, you just got a giant bullish candle that opened up at the open, basically. So I'd be doing buys from about 8,648, something like that. Looks
That's
like a good
quite a
level.
bit. Yeah, quite a bit.
8,644.
Yeah.
I'd be looking at something like, talking as if you can see my screen, and obviously you can't. I'd be looking at these kind of levels here.
Yeah.
Those look like nice levels because if you look at that 1 15-minute candle, it is literally eaten up. It has eaten up everything from there to there. It has just swallowed all of that price action, and then some in one candle. So that says to me that it's a big signal of intent. I don't know how far it will go because on the hourly, it's also an engulfing candle as well. So where could it go? There's a lot of liquidity up here, so it could come up to this kind of price level. But the problem with the FTSE is really expensive to get into. So if you're doing it on the Fivers account, for example, it's just not necessarily worth it, I don't think. I must ask Rich what he thinks of the DAX today, because the DAX is looking very bullish. DAX has got a nice bullish move happening as well, and it's got this big drop off that it had last week. I think that was triggered by some news last Wednesday, so it's still got this move to make up. It's taken these highs here, but it looks like it's now ready to push on up. So Yeah,
Okay.
looks good for buys actually right now on the DAX. Really nice for buys actually.
Yeah.
If this level holds here, if that holds, then that looks really nice for buys.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
Really nice for buys.
FTSE looks a hell of a lot better.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking to buy the FTSE.
On your Fivers account?
No. No.
I want to see how this closes. If this closes with a wick up, no, don't like that. No, there we go, it's gone. So no, DAX is not ready to buy. DAX is going to pull back down, which isn't surprising given that big move there. So what it might be worth on the DAX is similar to the FTSE, looking at something like that. Another break and retest. Because it's look at that, it's the same as the FTSE. It's swallowed up all of that price action. So again, I could see it coming down to 22,330 and then heading off.
Yep.
Another good opportunity there as well. Ali, good to see you, Ali. Welcome, my friend. No one. Hopefully, that analysis that I did before my headset and everything else stopped working. Hopefully, that was useful for you. We were looking at Euro JPY for no one. No one, you got to change your name because it just sounds wrong when I say, "Oh, I was looking at the Euro JPY for no one." It's just making me sound like I'm losing my mind.
I'm gonna jump off again.
Well, I think we'll call it a day at that one.
Okay.
But
So those are our setups. Then we've got all of the different types of setups.
Yeah.
You know, these are Renko charts, but you've got the macro kind of setups that we're looking for on things like Shiba. That's a dinosaur. So we're looking at those macro setups, Solana, those types of setups from here and from here. FTSE, I'm looking to get long around this area. I think it's going to come down a little bit more, but then I'm actually going to look to get long. Look to get long around these areas to take out this high. And euro and stuff like that, there's nothing there for me today. So
yeah,
that's it.
Ali, I can see why you got into Euro USD. It makes sense. I don't know how long it will hold. So just be careful because it's very rangy. There's no news today, so there's nothing really to move things around. But if you look at that, we're in a significant range since Monday. Well, since yesterday morning, basically. We've got to theoretically try and see it coming up here, but yeah, just don't know where your position is, but hope it works out for you, mate. Alrighty, that is it from us, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Sorry for the technical issues. We will catch you in an hour, 2.5, 2 hours, 3/4. I can't remember. I can't do the maths. But we'll be on the Fiverr stream later on, so come see us there. Otherwise, we will catch you again tomorrow, same time, same place. Thanks very much for joining, guys. Cheers.